Hey guys, my name is Daniel. Welcome to our little podcast. In today's episode, I'm talking to Jack Wills, who is a comedian from Philadelphia. 11 years back, Jack and a few of his friends went to a park in Philadelphia where they experienced something so intense that they will never forget. And today, he's here to tell us his story. And guys, if you like this episode, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and share this episode with all your friends. And if you experienced something similar to Jackie's story or had an experience that you cannot explain, please send us an email. Contact us. We would love to hear your story. And since we are a German podcast project in the first place, and maybe you're able to understand German or have German friends, I will put the link to our German channel in the description. You can also show some love by leaving a like, a subscription, or a nice comment on this channel. Let's start with your UFO experience.
Oh, all right. Well, just to introduce myself real quick also, my name's Jackie Wills. I'm a stand-up comedian in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. And I'll be honest with you, I can't wait to get out of here. I want to travel, man. I want to go to Germany. I want to see beautiful things, dude. I want to see different parts of the world. Okay, one day, hopefully, I'll be able to do that. But yeah, like I said, I know I reached out to you directly. You were looking initially for, to speak to somebody involving aliens, UFOs, stuff like that. And I'm not gonna lie, yes, I did get extremely excited. Okay. Also, I really got to give you props for having Eric. I do not know how to pronounce his last name. If you can,
Eric von Däniken.
Eric von Däniken. There you go. Okay, Eric von Däniken. Dude. As soon as I looked everything up, I was extremely impressed, man. The fact that you got to speak with him, that is absolutely awesome, man. Yo, you're. I'm already on your team, dude. Like, that was so cool. That was so awesome, man. Like I said, that's somebody that I'm extremely impressed by. You know what I mean? Like I said, charity of the gods. Okay, like everything, man. Like, anybody that watches any alien documentary, gonna see that guy. Like, that was incredible that you got to actually speak with him. So congrats on that to start off. But yeah, like I said, dude, I'm in the United States. I have had my own experiences, okay? And I'm one of the few comics over here, I will be honest. You know what I mean? Other people in the area. As soon as you start speaking about this stuff, I'm sure you understand. People break your balls. They look at you like you're crazy. You're the nutcase. Oh, now you're a conspiracy nut. You're this, you're that, okay? I don't give a shit, dude. Okay? I saw what I fucking saw, and nobody's going to tell me anything different, okay? Like I said, you want to think I'm crazy? Think I'm crazy. I don't give a shit, dude. Okay, I'm worried about me, and that's it. Okay, like I said, I don't care what anybody else thinks about me. All right, I was in the goddamn. This is my story, real quick. Like I said, I was personally hanging out with a couple friends. This is maybe about, my daughter's 12 years old now. This is about 11 years ago. Okay, I have two kids. This is about 11 years ago. Okay, I am at a place called Pulaski Park. Okay, in Port Richmond, Philadelphia area, and I'm there. It is about, like I said, it's about maybe 3:30 at night. You know what I mean? In the morning, very late, dark. You know what I mean? And we're out there fishing. We're fishing with a bunch of friends of mine. That's just one of the things that we like to do as a pastime over here. You know what I mean? Everybody likes catching a nice sized fish, so we're doing our thing. We're fishing, and now there was no sound. I want to make this very clear. There was absolutely no sound to this item, to this device. Okay, it was, all we saw was a ball of light. Okay, but the light was more of a orange in color. Okay, not like a red, like I'm talking like orangey, almost looked like on fire type of color, but it didn't have that flame motion. It was solid, the color. Okay, and there was at least 7 or 8 of us fishing there that night. Okay, as a matter of fact, I have a photo from that night of me and my friends hanging out on that pier right before the incident happened. And we look up, I catch it out of the corner of my eye, I knock over my friends. I'm like, yo, are you guys seeing this? Like, come on, are you seeing this damn thing? Like, I'm shaking them, and they're looking at me. Everybody is quiet. Okay, we are in absolute shock at this point. As we are standing there, This did not last long. Okay, this was a very short experience. Like I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything for anybody. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you some bullshit story. Hey, I got abducted. No, that wasn't the case. Okay, I would have loved to have met little green men. That was not my experience. Okay, I saw a very large ball of light that was a solid object that I could not explain. Okay, and as we were staring at it, okay, this object literally exploded shot directly straight up into the air, and then took off at a 90-degree angle right as it went up, 90-degree angle straight take off. As soon as this thing came out of view, it took maybe no longer than, I want to say, maybe 2 minutes. Within a 2-minute time span, we started seeing military helicopters. This is in the middle of the night. It's dark, absolute nighttime. I'm watching in the middle of the night, absolutely no lights on whatsoever. These military helicopters, there had to be maybe about 3 or 4 of them, we counted. They start coming from different angles to the spot where we saw the light. This is right over the Delaware River, okay, 3:30 in the morning, okay, complete pitch black darkness, okay. And the biggest thing that confused us is, look, as far as I know, when it comes to, helicopters and stuff like that, if by law you're supposed to have lights on at nighttime, right? In case you crash into something in the air, you have to have lights on. Not a single one of these helicopters had a single light on. Okay, we were able to tell they were military helicopters. They looked like they were completely black. These helicopters. There was maybe 3 or 4 of them, and when they showed up, they came into view. They hovered around. They literally searched the area real quick, and as soon as they were done their search, they left. Okay, like they left almost as quick as that object took off. You know what I mean? Not as at the same speed and everything, but they just came in, they did their search, and then they left. They took off. They did this so goddamn discreet. Okay, nobody in the neighborhood knew about it. If me and my friends were not there to physically see this happen, we would have never knew, because it wasn't on the news. Nobody spoke about this. Okay, it wasn't something that was reported or anything like that. And not only that, this happened so fast. If you didn't catch it, how could you report it if you didn't catch it? You know what I mean? These things happen so quick. Okay, that's what blew my mind. Now, the later on experience I had, okay, mind you, we're going to jump a little farther in time. 3 months later, we are at another park along the Delaware River. Okay, the first park that I was at was Pulaski Park. We are now at Penn Treaty Park. This is on the other side of the neighborhood, down farther on the river. Okay, now Penn Treaty Park. Okay, I know I mentioned it to you earlier. Okay, for the people that are watching. Okay, Penn Treaty Park. The best way I can explain it: at nighttime, it's makeout park. Okay, that's where you take your girl to Copperfield. Okay, that's where you're trying to get a little something, something. Okay, you know what I mean? You go do your sweet talking. You're able to see the moon, beautiful river view, and everything. You see the bridge and all. It looks great. Okay, I'm telling you, as soon as you get her there, a few sweet words, you got her. Okay, but with that said, though, it's makeout park. All right, there's a bunch of people there. Okay, that's the main reason why I'm trying to let you guys know that this park is packed. Okay, for it being nighttime, it's maybe the timing is around anywhere between 11:30 to 12 p.m., maybe 12:15. Okay, at this time at night, it is nighttime. Once again, I am there with a bunch of friends. We end up having the legitimate same experience that we had 3 months prior at the other park. Okay, the ball of light, solid, looks like fire, but is not giving off a flame motion. Okay, it just looks like solid fire. Okay, in the ball shape, comes up literally right above everybody. Okay, but it's very high up in the air, so that way, like I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for anybody. I could not see details. Okay, this wasn't close enough to where I can sit there and tell you, okay, I was able to see an angle here, or I was able to see an angle here. No, it wasn't that close. Okay, all I was able to see was the unidentified ball of light that was completely solid. It was perfectly round. I was able to tell that. That was it. Okay. Once again, it comes into view. This time it hovered there a little longer, I would say this time, because it stayed long enough for all the people that were trying to get some ass in that park at the time. They all looked up, dude. They all stopped and looked up. Everybody was like, holy shit. People were standing up in the park, looking up like in amazement. We're like looking around at each other too, like, yo, you guys see this too, right? This ain't like mushrooms kicking in or nothing, right? Like, you can see this shit too, right? And like, no, like everybody saw this, like, you know what I mean? Like I said, and I'll be honest, I was completely sober that night myself. Okay, like this was not like, we were going down there fishing. We weren't going down there to party like the other people that were there. So we saw this. It then takes off. It goes straight up in the air again. Okay. Now this one did. It shot up straight and then stopped almost like bam, like so. If a regular craft would have stopped like that, the people inside the craft would have hit the ceiling. They would have got killed. Okay. This thing came up, stopped, and then slowly drifted out of our view a little bit slower. Okay, it went off into the Jersey direction, away from the Pennsylvania direction on the other side of the river. It did go into that direction, and I believe that's because that was more of the woodsy area. Okay, and over on the Philly side is more of all city right there. So we got to experience that, and then again, the military helicopters once again come out of nowhere. Absolutely no lights on. Okay, no spotlights, no blinking lights to signify that there's an aircraft in the air. Okay, like they must have been doing everything off of their sonar, I guess, to be able to tell like where their partner was, because none of them had on any lights. Okay, absolutely at all. And that was my particular UFO experience that I would definitely call that an unidentified aerial phenomenon, dude. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like I said, I'm not sugarcoating anything for anybody. No, I didn't never seen an alien. No, I've never had that close of an experience. Okay, I would have loved to. Okay, but no, my personal experience with that topic, dude, was the craft. Seeing that craft and just being completely blown away about it. And I was lucky enough to see it for a second time 3 months later. Like that was really weird. I don't know if that 3 month time span came into play with anything. Who knows? Okay, but that was just coincidental. That's when the next time I seen it. But yeah, man, it was definitely an experience, and it was definitely something that I did not see by myself. There were probably at least 50 to 60 people in the park that second time. Okay, the first time there was 8 of us. Okay, the second time there was over 60 people. Easy.
You mentioned the silence at the first sighting. You said it was silence. Was it an unusual silence, or was it just silent?
It was creepy silent, dude, because when you're seeing something like that in front of you, first off, like I said, it looks like a ball of fire almost. Okay, so your brain first thinks, okay, all right, I'm not buying the fact that there's fire in the fucking air to begin with. Okay, but okay, I'm looking at it, so okay, it must be a reality, but there's no fire crackling sound. There's nothing like that. Okay, I'm hearing none of that, dude. Also, when I'm looking at it, there's no hovering sound. There is no propulsion sound at all whatsoever to let me know, like, hey, this is how this object is hanging out here. Okay, because when the helicopters came in, they were loud as shit. They didn't have any lights on, but they were loud as shit, dude. We could hear them. Okay, there was no misguiding what that was. That's how we were able to know that they were there in the first place, because we could barely see the helicopters because they didn't have lights on. Then we heard the noise. We were looking around like, yo, where's these goddamn helicopters at? Okay, and then we're like, oh shit, like there it is. We can see the helicopter. It's in pitch black darkness. Okay, but you can tell what a helicopter looks like by looking at the outline. Okay, yeah, I mean, and hearing that sound. This ball of light had no sound, dude. It was dead silence, dude.
Have you ever heard about this incident later on, like in the newspaper or people talking about it or something like that?
No, absolutely not. And the reason why I will say that, okay, Philadelphia, the city, okay, man, I don't know if you watch sports or anything like that. I don't know if you follow anything from over here, okay. Philly is known for having some of the most brutal people out there, okay. Like our sports fans will beat the shit out of each other at sporting games when you're supposed to be there enjoying watching the game, and you got two people fighting for those people that are down there actually get paid to do this. You're up here fighting for no reason on their behalf. You know what I mean? Like our people are brutal over here. So I'll be honest with you, I am not surprised that nothing was reported or anything like that. And honestly, like I said, despite the fact that yes, I do speak openly about it when people ask me, or if I have an opportunity like one like this, that yes, I do come on and I got no problem speaking about it and just letting my honesty out there. But I'm not gonna lie, at the time, if I would have came out and if I was, I said it to my friends, I was like, yo, do we call somebody about this? Do we tell somebody about this? And I distinctly remember one of my friends looking at me, and his exact words were, who the hell are you going to call for this? He goes, who the hell do you report this to? He goes, we saw a light in the sky that hung out with us for a while. He goes, if we call a cop and tell a cop that, they're going to come here. We're getting arrested. They're going to think we're doing dope. Okay. Like they're going to think we're on drugs and we're getting locked up. Like they're going to think, okay, we got somebody high in Center City at so-and-so location. Let's go pick them up. That's what they would do. They wouldn't come there legitimately thinking they're real. No, they're going to, even the cop, I believe with all my heart, dude, would show up and be like, all right, come on. What is it? Meth, crack, smack? Like which one? You know what I mean? Like they would ask you which drug you're on before they took you serious about something like that. Like they would look at you like you were nuts, dude. And that's honestly the feeling that I had. And you know, like I didn't report anything from that. Okay. And I kind of wish I did. I wish I did at that time. I got to go through my old phones, my old cell phones, because I can almost guarantee more than likely I did grab a photo of the light in the sky. I will definitely try to find that, and if I can, I will send that to you. But it was an experience, despite the fact that this experience only lasted a few seconds. It stuck with me my whole life, dude. Like I never seen anything like that ever since. Okay, I'm 35 years old now. I have, like I said, my oldest kid is 12. This happened when she was 11. She was just born. Okay, I have not had an experience since. I have not seen anything since. It was literally just those two times that I got to experience in my life. I've never experienced anything in a UFO type way ever since then. But I will say this definitely sparked my curiosity, and that's when I dove deep into everything, looking into research. Okay. Like I said, over here in the US, I know I mentioned to you earlier, I was very curious because maybe it's just TV shows. TV shows over here have led some of us to believe, Americans, that over in other countries, oh, you guys are ahead of the game. You guys have already acknowledged the UFO presence, and you guys speak about it openly and everything. That's how our TV shows kind of projected over here. That's why I was a little surprised when you told me, oh no, the government has absolutely nothing to do with it. They don't give a shit. They don't research it and everything else. Dude, that blew my mind. I was like, oh wow. So they're misleading us over here. I mean, they've always made it seem like the United States were the sneaky ones trying to hide everything from us, and the rest of the world is being open about it, and we're the ones that are behind. That's how I've felt from watching everything I've watched over here.
Is there any reason that you can think of that such thing would happen, that some kind of craft comes down and, I mean, the place where it happened, is there something that could be interesting for somebody?
There's the Philadelphia city, the large city is right there. Okay. But this thing was hovering over the river. This was over the top of the river where we seen it both times. It was over the top of the river. Okay. It was almost like whatever it was staying right outside of the city limits right there. Almost like they were just observing, like they were just watching, like, okay, this is a beautiful view. Everybody in Makeout Park, okay, Penn Street Park was there because it's a beautiful view to bring your girl to. Okay. So that honestly, that's the only thing that I could think of, because there isn't anything nuclear around there. There's not anything like it dangerous or anything like that type factories that I could possibly think of. Okay. Not anything that I could think of. But the city is right there, and the bridge and everything else. And you know, I will give the city that, despite the fact that, you know, it's pretty brutal. It does look very beautiful at night when it's all lit up. So we assumed, okay, it was something just checking out the view like we were. You know what I mean? Looking at it for a second, and then it must have picked up that the military picked up on its presence and was coming, and that's why it took off. That's what we thought.
Sometimes when you hear stuff like that, people talking about they got they got a visit from like government officials or FBI or something like that, and they, yeah, come for a questioning. You heard about that after that incident?
I didn't necessarily hear anything about that, but see, I'm trying to think. It was 11 years ago. I'm trying to think if there was anything really substantial going on around that time, but I don't believe so. I mean, I don't think anything major was going on at the time, especially in the area. I honestly, to me, the best way I would have explained it to other people from what I saw is, yes, I seen this object. What do I think it was doing there? I think it was just looking. I think it was observing, dude, just checking things out. That's the best way I could explain it. And like I said, the feeling that I got when the military helicopters came in, this thing was definitely intelligent, because it took off right before the military came into view. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like, okay, they knew they were coming, so okay, we're gonna mess with them. We'll wait till they get right here, and then we're gonna out real fast. Okay, just to show them, like, dude, knock it off. Every time you come try to fuck with us, you know what I mean? We let you play with us, and then we play with you and we take off real quick. We just wasted your gas. Okay, that's what I feel like they're doing. I feel like they're messing with our military, just wasting our fuel.
But you said when the object appeared, it wasn't, it didn't took long, like a few minutes, you said. And the helicopters came like 2 minutes after that.
Yeah.
So they have to start from somewhere. I mean, the choppers. So
that too. I was curious about that. Where the hell did the helicopters come from? That did cross my mind, dude. We do have, there are airports and stuff like that around the area. Okay, so I could see them lifting off, but they're like normal airports, dude. I don't understand how it could have been a military aircraft that came in like that.
yeah,
Like the fact that because I mean, man, I hate to just assume stuff. I'm not trying to assume anything, but from what I saw and the way I experienced, they had to be on standby. Military had to have known it was already happening for them to show up as quick as they did. You know what I mean? Like I guess their sonar scans or their radar, whatever, dude. They must have picked it up prior and took off as soon as they saw it come into wherever our location was, and they must have deployed their people immediately, because as soon as this thing took off, that's when the military aircrafts always came in, literally within that small time frame. So small, they were there, dude. Like they showed up right there as this thing was taking off. Leave pretty much all the time, dude. Like it was all, like they know, like this thing has an intelligence to it, and they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to monitor it. They're not coming, our military, they're not coming after it, shooting it, trying to knock it down. But we're definitely curious about what's going on. They definitely are showing, like, we have interest in this. Okay, they may not be telling the rest of the population about that, but there's definitely an interest from our military into UFO phenomena. Guaranteed.
maybe they had it on the radar already. Maybe they were following.
They had to.
Yeah, they had to. It sounds like maybe.
There's no other way in hell that they would have shown up to that location that fast. Okay, it's the Delaware River, dude. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's one of the filthiest rivers in our area. Okay, there's nothing special about it, dude. Okay, the only reason why people bring people down there to try to get some ass from their girl is because right across from the Delaware River we have the Ben Franklin Bridge, and it looks pretty with the lights from the bridge hit the water. That's it. Okay, but if you actually look at the water and realize there's a diaper floating down the river, okay, it's disgusting, dude. There's nothing that a military presence would be hanging out there checking out. There's nothing that even the UFO craft would. Like I said, that's why I don't believe they were there doing anything in particular, because the Delaware River, there's nothing really to it or anything really fascinating about it. So my assumption would be they were legitimately there just enjoying the same thing that we were at the time, just enjoying the lights of the city, the view.
Are you aware of any other UFO or UAP reports around your area?
Yes, I do. I have checked into things. Dude, there's a lot. Surprisingly, there is a lot, and a lot of people do report them. And that blew my mind because, like I said, when I first initially, was talking with my friends, and we're like, we're not going to say nothing to nobody. Who the hell do we report this to? Okay, because we didn't really look like we were freaking crazy at the time. Here you go online, there are websites. Okay, that's the great thing about online. Okay, if there's recently, just a matter of fact, recently, okay, there's a few videos that popped up of unidentified in daytime. Also, that was the cool thing that I thought was very cool. The videos that have been popping up that I've seen recently have not only been at nighttime. Some people have caught some things during the daytime, and that's actually right down in South Philadelphia, South Philly area. Okay, that's maybe 2-3 neighborhoods away from. Okay, I hang out down there as well. I go down there. Okay, and people are seeing things. And after I started doing my research, going online, looking into things, okay, trying to figure out, okay, is anything else going on in my neighborhood at night that we don't know about because everybody's freaking sleeping? Okay, and yeah, dude, I was blown away. Like I said, I was surprised as to how much was going on. And the internet definitely helps with that. They have groups all over on Facebook, neighborhood groups too, that you see people get on there and they're posting photos. Yeah, I caught this. I got this photo from the light. Okay, or I got a small video of a metallic craft during the daytime moving from one side to another, but it's moving at such a slow speed during the daytime. When you see it moving in the video, it's like, all right, well, we don't have anything that can move that friggin' slow either in the air. You know what I mean? Even a helicopter that's trying to hover and move over is still going to have that shift in the body when it moves. Okay, that's how helicopters work. That's friggin', mathematics. That's science. It's how the shit works. This thing didn't have any of that in that video. There wasn't like a tilt and then it went, and then a tilt and then it went. No, it's just almost like it was on a friggin' like on an invisible train track almost. You know what I mean? It was perfect still. Like, and it's just, you can't explain it, dude. And like I said, that's also another reason why I've been speaking about that particular thing more and more, because it's definitely a lot more people are coming out about it. More videos are popping up, surfacing, and yeah, dude, I really believe there's something to it. Okay, I'm a firm believer.
Are you aware of a report that shows or tells the story about the same object that you saw, or a similar object like you saw?
We never see, I never see any reports in newspapers or anything like that. Okay. Clearly they don't talk too much about that over here. Normally when I come across things, okay, I've seen other people that have videos that look extremely similar to what I've seen. Okay, that orange ball of light that looks like fire, but it's not giving off a flame effect. It's not moving, not giving any sound, no nothing to it, no propulsion sound whatsoever. And I've seen other videos that, yes, they're looking, if not exact, pretty balls on accurate to what I've seen. Okay, but I've never seen like any major reports, like actual articles or anything printed out about it over here. Okay, people speak about it, but it's more of an underground, internet community type of thing to speak about it. You know what I mean? You won't see it in the newspapers or nothing like that. That's actually why I asked you earlier about how your government handles it, because we were definitely misled, dude. They made it seem like you guys are talking about it in papers and fully acknowledged the alien presence and everything already. You know what I mean? That's American TV, I guess, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually if you read something in the newspapers or you see something in the news or on TV shows, yeah, they make it look, kinky or make fun of it.
Yeah.
So they're.
You mentioned earlier about Russia. You mentioned Russia doesn't give a shit. They're not looking into it. Okay, well, once again, American TV. That, I'll be honest, when you made that comment to me, that kind of caught me as a surprise too, because American TV, we have a show called Ancient Aliens and stuff like that. I'm sure you guys have seen it. There's a bunch of other alien documentaries and stuff like that I watch over here, and they talk about there being a Russian Roswell. They call it a Russian Roswell. Sorry, no teeth, man. Trying to talk without them. You know what I mean? But there's a Russian Roswell that they spoke about, and the way our TV over here made it seem to us, the way I perceived it, they made it seem, dude, it looked so good, man. It was like, okay, well, Russia has accepted, Germany's talking about it with their civilians and stuff like this. Why the hell is our government still hiding this shit from us if the rest of the world is already ahead of the game? Like, I feel like the rest of you are getting ready to hop on a ship and go away to a different planet, and the United States is going to be the dumb one still left behind. Like, that's how they made it seem to us, dude, from the TV that I watched over here. You know what I mean? Like, they make it seem like we're so much slower behind. But now that I think about it, I do believe that's part of the conspiracy theory aspect of it too. Okay, they're purposely trying to hide stuff from us over here because they don't want us involved. You know what I mean? They have, Christ, there's not only Roswell, there's Area 51. There's also which I'm sure you heard of, S14. Okay, Bob Lazar, everything he speaks about, his documentaries, I've watched a lot of that. Okay, Element 115. Okay, and him speaking about that and all these secret places, and they tried to discredit that man for so many years. And then what happened? Sure enough, later down the road, our government comes out. Oh, now we have Element 115. Element 115 is now a real thing. Okay. Well, we already know it was a real thing, you dumbasses. Okay. This guy already ratted this out 30 years ago. Okay. So, like, I honestly believe, between you and me, our government is also, when it comes to technology, I believe they are anywhere between 10 to at least 30 years more advancement when it comes to technology than they release to the public.
I think you're right. They are ahead more than they tell us. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.